They say life is the greatest teacher. But what if one day you met a teacher who tested not your memory, not your writing, not your numbers, but your soul itself? This is the story of a student who thought he was ready for success, but instead discovered that the hardest exam in life isn't written on paper. It's written in the choices we make. In a quiet valley surrounded by mountains, there lived a young student named Aaron. He was brilliant in class, sharp with numbers, and quick with words. Everyone in the village believed he was destined for greatness. His parents often said, "One day, Aaron will bring honor to our family." But inside, Aaron carried a secret restlessness. He wanted success, not just in his studies, but in life. He wanted wealth, recognition, and power. And he believed education was the fastest way there. Yet despite his intelligence, he often felt an emptiness that books couldn't fill. One day his schoolmaster told the students about a teacher who lived in the mountains, a man known as Master Elior. They said he was not just a teacher of books, but a teacher of life itself. Whoever learned from him walked away transformed. Aaron's heart burned with curiosity. He decided that he must meet this man, for perhaps Elior held the secret to success that no ordinary classroom could teach. Aaron packed a small bag, carried water and bread, and told his parents he was going to seek wisdom. They hesitated, but seeing his determination, they let him go. The path to the mountain was not easy. It was steep, full of thorns, and often lonely. Aaron met travelers along the way who warned him, "That teacher is strange. He will not teach you the way others do. He will test you. He may even break you before he builds you." But Aaron's heart was firm. "If I must be tested, then let me be tested," he whispered to himself. After 2 days of climbing, he reached a wooden house built on the edge of a cliff. Outside sat an old man with silver hair and calm eyes that seemed to see into the depths of the soul. This was Master Elior. "Why have you come here, boy?" Elior asked without looking up from the fire he was tending. Aaron bowed slightly. "I've come to learn the secrets of success. People say you are the wisest teacher. I want you to teach me." Elior chuckled softly. "You want success? That word is heavy, heavier than the stones in these mountains. But tell me, do you want wisdom or just wealth?" Aaron hesitated. "Both," he admitted honestly. The old man studied him. "Then you must pass my test. But remember, this test will not measure your memory, but your character. Are you prepared?" Aaron nodded eagerly. "Yes, master, I am ready." The teacher smiled faintly. "We shall see." The next morning, Elior handed Aaron a basket filled with water and said, "Carry this basket down to the stream and bring it back full." Aaron frowned. "But master, this basket is made of straw. The water will leak out." "Do as I say," Elior replied calmly. Aaron obeyed, running to the stream, filling the basket and hurrying back. By the time he returned, it was empty. He tried again and again. Each time, the water was gone. Frustration built inside him. "This is useless," he shouted after his 7th attempt. "No matter how many times I try, the water will not stay." Elior looked at him calmly. "So you give up when you see no result?" Aaron fell silent. The teacher pointed to the basket. Aaron gasped. It was no longer dirty and dry. The repeated filling and emptying had washed the straw clean. "The task was not about carrying water," Elior said. "It was about washing away impatience. Sometimes effort does not bring the result you expect, but it brings the result you need." Aaron lowered his head. He had failed the first test in spirit, but he had learned his first lesson. Patience transforms us even when we don't see it. The following time, Elior gave Aaron a broom and pointed to the yard filled with leaves. "Sweep," he said. Aaron frowned. "But master, I did not climb the mountains to sweep floors. I came for wisdom." "Then sweep with wisdom," Elior answered. Aaron, though irritated, began sweeping. Hours passed, his back ached, sweat dripped down his forehead. Finally, he dropped the broom. "This is beneath me. I am educated. I am skilled. I am not meant for such work." Elior walked over and said quietly, "If you cannot serve with your hands, you cannot lead with your mind. The proud fall, but the humble rise." Aaron realized his mistake. He had been chasing greatness while despising small tasks. Yet in truth, greatness is built on small acts. On the 3rd day, Elior placed a golden coin in front of Aaron. "This coin is yours if you can spend it wisely by sunset." Aaron rushed into the village below, eager to prove himself. He thought of buying food, but then he thought of showing off his wealth to strangers. He ended up spending it on sweet cakes and trinkets, feeding his own hunger, but helping no one. When he returned, Elior asked, "Who did you feed with the coin?" "Myself," Aaron admitted shamefully. The teacher shook his head. "A fool spends wealth to satisfy the body, but the wise spend to nourish the soul. True desire must serve others, not only yourself." That night, Aaron lay awake, realizing how selfish he had been. He promised himself to do better. On the fourth day, Elior led Aaron to the edge of a dark cave. The air inside was cold, and strange noises echoed from within. "Enter," Elior commanded. Aaron trembled. "But Master, what if there are wild beasts inside?" "Enter," Elior repeated. With shaky steps, Aaron walked inside. The cave was pitch black. He could hear his heart pounding. Then suddenly, a flutter of wings. He screamed, thinking it was a bat. But when his eyes adjusted, he saw a small bird trapped in a corner. Carefully, he freed it. The bird flew out into the sunlight. Elior's voice echoed from behind him. "Fear is a cage. Most men run from darkness and never discover the trapped bird of freedom within. When you face fear, you find light." Aaron felt a deep shift in his heart. For the first time, he understood courage was not the absence of fear, but the mastery of it. On the final day, Elior gave Aaron a sealed letter. "Take this to the mayor of the village and return by evening. Do not open it." Aaron nodded and set off, but curiosity aided him. What secret could be inside? Maybe it's about me. Maybe it's something important. At last, unable to resist, he opened it. The paper was blank. Shame flooded him. He had broken his promise. When he returned, Elior looked at him knowingly. "You failed." Aaron bowed his head. "I could not resist. I opened it." The teacher spoke softly, "And that is why most men fail in life, not because they lack talent, but because they cannot master their desires. Truth is loyalty to your word, even when no one is watching." Aaron wept. For the first time, he saw his flaws clearly, not as obstacles, but as lessons. Weeks passed, and Aaron continued living with Elior, repeating the lessons each day until they became part of him. He learned patience by tending gardens. He learned humility by serving villagers. He learned generosity by sharing his food. He learned courage by facing storms in the night. And he learned truth by keeping promises, however small. One morning, Elior looked at him with kind eyes. "Now you are ready." Aaron asked softly, "Ready for what, Master?" Elior smiled. "Not for wealth, not for recognition, but for life. You came here seeking success. Now you know success is not in gold nor in power. Success is in the strength of your character. If you have patience, humility, courage, truth, and generosity, you will succeed in anything you touch." Aaron's heart swelled with gratitude. He bowed deeply. "Thank you, Master. I understand now. The greatest test is not in classrooms, but in how we live. The true test of life is not about knowledge, but about character. The world rewards skill, but only wisdom sustains success. Patience, humility, courage, generosity, and truth are the pillars upon which a meaningful life is built. So remember, the next time life hands you a strange, difficult, or even unfair test, don't ask, "Why me?" Instead ask, "What is this teaching me?" For in that answer lies the path to true success.